What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you our next matchup in the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC tournament. So, if you're new and you're stumbling across this, kind of wondering what this is, basically me and my community put together a tournament for fun of characters that potentially could be in Smash Bros. Ultimate through the means of the DLC Fighter Pass. Now, again, this is for fun, so we have all sorts of characters. First party, third party, we have assist trophies, we have spirits, we have characters that are disconfirmed by studios, we have anime characters, we have all sorts of characters. So yeah, it's all for fun. Don't take it super seriously. But with that being said, here are the rules. If you want to participate, it's pretty simple. How do you participate? You vote for a character in today's matchup. So today's matchup is Excitebiker taking on Monokuma. And you vote by simply typing your answer down in the comments. One vote per person. Otherwise, I mean, you can vote for both. That is totally fine, but you only get one vote, so make it count. Other rules for the tournament include, it's a double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. So if you lose once, you drop to the loser bracket. Lose from there, you're done. If there's ever a tie in the voting, I flip a coin on camera. Best and fairest way to break said tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, stays open for just 1 week. That way we get new matches, the tournament keeps advancing, and yeah, that's how that goes. So we're going to go over the results from last week, which was Ryu Hayabusa taking on Captain Rainbow, and the results, let's show this. It was I mean, not really too close. Ryu Hayabusa ended up winning 28 votes to 13, so Rainbow dropped to loser bracket, 1 more loss for him. Done. And congrats to Ryu for moving on. Faces Pauline in the second round of the winner's bracket. So Pauline still had the interesting upset of Shovel Knight in the first round. I'm still a little baffled by that. Still a little baffled, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's go over the matchup for the day. Like I said a bit earlier, the match is Excitebiker taking on Monokuma. So let's jump into it, shall we? I guess, yeah, let's start with Monokuma. Alright, so this is a very strange character. It was a character I'd never heard of, but again, I asked you guys for suggestions for characters to put in this tournament, and had quite a few people asking to put this Monokuma in the game. So I had to look up the character, realize, and understand kind of who the character was. And the more I kind of looked into the character, I was really starting to, like, alright, I can dig this character. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. So Monokuma, I think, actually can make quite a bit of sense. It might not be the most popular, but it definitely has a pretty decent following behind this character, for one. So I think moveset-wise and, personality and all sorts of stuff like that, I think definitely has just a very interesting feel and just kind of makes sense Smash Bros.-wise. Now, let's talk about a few facts. I know for a fact, Sakurai is a fan of the. I still can't pronounce the series. What is it? Danganronpa. I don't know. I probably butchered that. No idea. I just call it the DR series. So Sakurai is a fan of the series, and again, if Sakurai had any influence, perhaps maybe Sakurai kind of said, hey, I like some of these characters, and maybe mentioned Monokuma in there. So there's a possibility there. It's definitely a character that would kind of be like out of sort of left field for a lot of people. Might not know who the character is, or if you do, you might not even think to expect that character, and that's where Monokuma is kind of at this point. So overall, let me see. I think I had a couple ideas for moveset. Somebody was saying something about Lucario's aura and kind of that same effect for Monokuma. How did they kind of put this? I wrote down some notes here. It'd be like, I guess they called it like a despair effect. The more damage Monokuma takes, I guess the faster and stronger it becomes. I guess that's kind of a bit of how the character actually is. And again, you got to stick true to how the character plays. So if that's true, I think that'd be a unique aspect. I know Lucario has that, but it's not something. I mean, it's what Lucario's the only one that really has that, right? The more damage you take, the stronger a move becomes, and maybe that kind of becomes the whole style for Monokuma. The more damage you have, the more powerful all your attacks could be. That could be a bit unique, maybe a little bit broken. But if it's it's kind of going to be like a lightweight, maybe a medium-sized character, so it's not like it's going to be able to take a ton of damage and be able to build up, a huge amount of HP, get like 200, 300 HP before you actually have to knock it out. So it'd be a very interesting character nonetheless. So again, kind of a character out of left field, but I think it's more kind of like isn't it like a possessed sort of bear puppet thing? And if that is the game rated M? I'm not sure. Somebody has to let me know down in the comments. I don't remember, or maybe I didn't look it up. So if it's rated M, Nintendo might kind of be hinting at they might be going that direction, kind of letting their guard down a bit for mature sort of characters for Smash Bros. And if that's the case, I think maybe Monokuma's chances could have went up a little bit more, but I don't know. It's definitely a character that I didn't know anything about, but the more I kind of learned about, I'd be actually excited to kind of see how this character could work. So, for me, I like it. I like the character a lot. But let's kind of go over his opponent here real quick. Yeah, scroll through those. Excitebiker. Now, Excitebiker is definitely not going to be at the top of anyone's expected list for DLC in Smash Ultimate. Definitely would fit the retro sort of character vibe for Smash Bros. And I really don't think Nintendo's going with retro characters for DLC. If there's, if a character like Excitebiker were to get in Smash Bros., it would definitely be more in the base roster instead of DLC, because it's not really somebody that a lot of people are clawing at the idea to pay for. I mean, sure, there's going to be people out there that would buy the character, no doubt, but it's not really going to be a DLC seller for the most part. So, it's still a character that's been kind of unique. So it's been mentioned in Smash Bros. Before. I believe it's had trophies. Wasn't it an assist trophy in Brawl? Or was that, or I think, an Army Tank? No, there's an Excitebiker, wasn't there? I think there's an Excitebike assist trophy before, but it's an interesting character nonetheless. Sakurai has, I believe, tried to work on this character in the past, but the big kind of standstill point was he couldn't get a recovery move. Now, I think he was trying to get ramps sort of involved for the character, for the recovery moves, and he couldn't quite figure out a way for ramps to work. And I will always say this about Sakurai: give him a little bit of time to kind of come up with a workaround for a problem that he might have for a character. I'm sure he could come up with something and it would work, and boom, you might have the chance to have the character be in Smash. So I guess it kind of just depends more if Sakurai can come up with a proper, I guess, just recovery moveset, because overall moveset-wise, it's kind of pretty simple. I mean, there's a lot you can do with the bike. Of course, side special, dash, quick attack on your bike, just ride forward really quickly. Maybe somewhat similar to kind of Wario, you could say. You could maybe pop a wheelie and, rev it up like a down special or something, pop the wheelie, charge it up, and then just let the bike go. You could do donuts. Some people are like, all right, an entire moveset revolved around the bike wouldn't quite work. Well, I was thinking maybe stuff for, like, I guess air attacks or maybe neutral. Yeah, probably air attacks make more sense, but think of like motocross and all the events that they do, guys and flying over jumps, and they're doing all sorts of tricks over the bike, so like Superman poses and that sort of stuff. So something like that, maybe in air, kind of grabs the handlebars or grabs the bike somewhere and he like kicks backwards for like a back air, maybe punches forward or something. You could do all sorts of kind of tricks with the character for neutral air and air attacks and stuff like that. So there's definitely potential for a moveset, but and then plus the arena. The arena, everybody knows what the arena would be. It'd be the Excitebike Arena. It was in Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It was a DLC track, if I remember correctly, for Mario Kart 8. And the last time I played Mario Kart, it was still one of the more popular tracks that got played on all the time. If it came up for the voting, a lot of people would still vote for it. Very simple stage, just an oval with a bunch of jumps and stuff in there. You got a little bit of mud, you might be able to slow down or something. So it'd be kind of an interesting sort of stage and a character for the most part. But overall, I have a hard time seeing this character being DLC. So for me, it's kind of simple. My vote is Monokuma. I think the character has just a better chance than Excitebike does, and overall, I kind of like the character idea better than Excitebiker. So Monokuma gets my vote in this one. So that's gonna be it for this one. The only question left is who you got. You gonna go with like Excitebiker, or are you gonna go with Monokuma? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But with that being said, this one's coming to an end. So sneak peek for tomorrow. Looks like we will have the matchup of King Wart taking on Erdrick. It could be an interesting one, actually. It could be an interesting one. But that's the matchup. And then the results. Let's see. Who do we got for results? Game 38. Laura Croft against Captain Toad. That'll be interesting. That'll be a good one. So that'll be the results. But anyway, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have a second video coming out later today. An updated version of a video I made a few months ago. So it has to do with coin farming. So if you want to check that out, go ahead, check that out. But anyway, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I look forward to the voting, and hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.